present an original Tuskeege Airmen pilot, Mr. Ezra Hill, as he sings, God Bless America.
America, God shed His grace on thee.
Mr. Ezra Hill, they love you in your time with the Red Tail Tuskeege Airmen P-51. We love you. Thank you for what you did in World War II. Thank you, Mr. Ezra Hill, for being a great citizen. Thank you for singing that song, and thank you for your honor. Thanks for your class. Thanks for your skill, and thank you for protecting our bombers during World War II. We can never pay the Tuskeege Airmen back enough. Read all you can about them. Doug Rozendaal is the pilot of this airplane. It's called the Tuskeege Airmen. It is the type, oh, there's huts going on up here, and well, there should be. It is the type the airmen flew. It is the Charlie model. That was their signature, the Red Tail. And when the enemy saw the Red Tail, they knew they could be in trouble. These pilots had skill. And did they ever have class? All right. Now, as I told you, this is a very rare model of this aircraft. Doug Rozendaal coming in over your right shoulder. Some say this was the best all-around Allied fighter of World War II, including committees whose job it was to evaluate all of the Allied fighter planes. They were the ones that came up with this. You know who else said this was the best all-around Allied fighter? The enemy fighter pilots who evaluated both the British and the American fighter planes. Doug Rozendaal now setting up for the parallel maneuver. Gives the Trojan horsemen a big wave as they bring their North American P-28 Trojan trainers, first coming off the assembly line in 1949, doing that great formation. All right, Doug Rozendaal flying his fighter back in from your left. Several things to look at on the airplane. Again, check out that canopy, and then look at the scoop at the bottom of the airplane. It does devise that slow roll 4 distinct times. Doug is from Mason City, Iowa. He's one of the regular pilots who are charged with being a steward of the Tuskeege Airmen P-51. Waiting like crazy to the Trojan horsemen, if you will. You can look at some of the aircraft that have tail hooks underneath. That was the C or Charlie model for the aircraft carrier. The part of the muffler, the lack of muffler. All right, now diving in from your right. Remember, we have delicious foods, we have beverage, we have kids, games, and toys and bouncing areas, and we have gifts and shopping for you folks. From the right, now listen to the purr of this P-12 engine.
Lost the name. Lost the name.
Oh, what a sound and what a profile. They used to call this P-51 Cadillac of the sky. Give the North American Aviation Company a big round of applause. They invented this airplane even before America got into the war. There are some really neat features of this airplane. You see a big belly scoop on the bottom of the fuselage. This is a liquid-cooled engine, much like your Ford car or truck. Now, the liquid has to be cooled, and the air comes in that big scoop underneath the fuselage. It cools not only the coolant, but also the oil. Then it escapes out at an exit point at the tail of that scoop. But they found out by having a variable exit gauge that the air coming in the front would absorb the heat. The air would then expand, and then it would be forced out that small scoop. You know what that is? That's the jet engine principle without having to burn fuel. Well, they closed that gate up, and rather than that scoop being a big item of aerodynamic drag or inefficiency, they found a way, ladies and gentlemen, to convert that to jet exhaust. They actually got 300 pounds of jet thrust out the tail of that radiator. It was called the Meredith effect, and it was one of the reasons the aircraft was able, with the correct engine, to achieve the speed that it did. The unmistakable purr of a V-12 engine. Now, originally the airplane came out with an American Allison V-12 piston engine. It didn't have the capabilities of high-altitude dogfighting, and it was relegated to a ground attack aircraft. It wasn't until later on in the war they made this airframe up with the correct engine. That was the engine that was in the Supermarine Spitfire. The airplane that flew the Battle of Britain. That allowed the airplane to have another 10,000 feet of altitude, got it up into 35,000 foot dogfight arena. It also increased the speed by 100 knots, from 350 to 450 up to 500 miles per hour. The success of the airplane, due to North American aviation research, was due to a design in a wing called laminar flow that decreased the onset of buffet boundary. It layered the air in an efficient way. It just was not the fault of North American aviation that they had the wrong engine or not the correct engine that they needed. Now, I'm proud to say that the Rolls-Royce Merlin engine that got this airplane to be an awesome dogfight airplane was built in America under license by the Packard Motor Car Company in Detroit, Michigan. We call those the Packard Merlins. They improved the engine, and they sent those improvements over to Rolls-Royce free of charge to improve the reliability of the engine. Right now with the airplane, the landing gear down and the flaps down, if you get a chance, there is a movie you can research. One of our friends had a flying role in that movie. He's Jimmy Leeward from Ocala, Florida. He flew some combat sequences in that made-for-TV film, Tuskeege Airmen. One of the lead characters in that movie was Lawrence Fishburne, among other great black actors. And then more to be read about the Tuskeege Airmen, what a story that is. I've got a chance to meet the Tuskeege Airmen at different aviation events where they are the speakers.